Hey everyone. It is October 1st. It's 11 a.m. So it is officially the start of Vlogtober. As you can see behind me, the greenery, I still have not done the seasonal changeover. There's been a lot that's been going on, honestly, in my life. So I haven't had the chance to do so yet. Normally, when I do Vlogtober, it's all about my prep for Halloween and the autumn season and doing seasonal things. But this Vlogtober, I'm starting out with something unfortunately very different. And I have my brother's permission to film all of this. But at some point midway through the month, we are burying my brother's husband. If conversations about death trigger you in some way, shape, or form, I do not blame you for turning off of this video. If this is not something you want to start your Vlogtober videos with and watching, I don't blame you at all for turning off of this video. But I would be very remiss if I did not include this in my Vlogtober, because for the next 2 weeks, this is going to be a very prominent part of my month. And I find it only proper to show every part, both the good and the bad, because if I didn't, it would be a lie. Today, we will be getting a preliminary viewing of the man I consider my brother-in-law. This is very hard, I'm not gonna lie, trying to figure out how to voice all of this. This has been my first day since September 28th that I've been in my house. I should say the first morning since I've been in my house. I've been with my brother since then, trying to help him with the grief and the preparations and everything. So I'm a bit mentally and emotionally spent. I'm not going to lie about that. And it's definitely nowhere near as mentally, emotionally, and spiritually spent as my brother is right now. But today we are going to get a preliminary viewing of my brother-in-law. We have not seen him yet. So it's going to be a difficult day, but a day that is needed so that we can fully start the grieving process. More importantly, so my brother can fully start the grieving process. Again, if you were expecting very happy, all bouncy nicks, that might happen some point later in the week, as I am working on stuff for Halloween, and as my husband has very kindly reminded me, decorating is kind of like my therapy. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be my therapy. I know many of you probably weren't expecting grief for this video. And again, I understand if that's not something you want to view for your Halloween and Vlogtober videos. But as I said, I would be very remiss if I did not include this, because I can't hide grief and mourning and trying to be there for my family, and then try to swing to being happy and everything for YouTube. I've had viewers comment that I don't hide things, and that I say things as they are, and that I show what I can, and I don't lie. And it's true, I don't lie to you guys. I may not always show every part of my life because some things are private in my life, but if I'm vlogging an entire month, I can't hide this. So this video, this entire Vlogtober more than likely, is going to be not only about the season change and Halloween and things that are going on in October, but also embracing a part of the season that I did not anticipate that I wouldn't be embracing, at least not this early in the season, which is the memory of the dead. I really don't know what else to say. I really don't. And that's been me the past several days of just searching for things to say. But words, I'm realizing this isn't a time for words, which is hard because normally I have something to say. But sometimes you can't say anything. The only thing you can give is your presence. We're going to the funeral home in early afternoon, so I should probably start getting ready. And I have a feeling I should probably start preparing the house, because I would not be surprised if we have people over here later today. So I should probably start getting ready. I promise you there will be other things in Vlogtober that aren't tied to grief. But right now, that's what's going to be prominent. So I ask for your patience. And if you do watch your way through this video, thank you actually would not even cover it. Because I have a feeling some other individuals out there are grieving too. And I won't lie, this process is messy, and I am so sorry if you were going through it too. Okay, it's now 4 p.m. We are now heading back from the funeral home to my house to kind of reconvene, since my brother does not want to be in the apartment right now, his apartment right now, especially since it has some memories of his husband. I can understand that. I can very deeply understand that, actually. So some of us are going to be heading back to the house, have some food, just decompress. So we figured out some items for the memorial service, the viewing, and everything. Thankfully our officiant was able to dissuade my brother from seeing his husband before he's been properly prepared. Because honestly, I was deeply concerned for him for trying to do that right now. I'm not gonna lie, I am emotionally just drained right now. You can probably tell from my voice. I know it's gonna be a beautiful service though, so that's what's important. And I think my battery's about to go, so I'm probably not gonna have much more of this section, but today was painful, but it was needed. Nobody hit me, please. I really do not have the patience to deal with being in a car accident. It is Monday, October 2nd. right now I am just leaving the office. I know I look a mess, but yeah, I honestly was only in the office for the afternoon to get an idea of exactly what I need to get done for this week, and get everything in order work-wise. Let's see. It definitely doesn't feel like autumn. It is in the 80s, so we're back to the revenge of summer, which is oh so lovely, because I would love sweater weather right now, because sweater weather is comfy weather, and I just want comfort. That's all I want. Right now I'm on the way to my chiropractor appointment, and then after that we are going suit shopping for my husband, for all the services for later this month. Green means go, folks. There's an arrow. Oh, hell no. Nope. Just because you sat and you decided not to go doesn't mean that you're gonna stop me to go on the same arrow. No. You can tell I have no patience. So, some good news is we have started planning the wake for my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law apparently did not leave much instructions when it came to a memorial service or a funeral. He pretty much had written down in his will whatever my brother wanted when it came to, like, whatever my brother wants, that sounds good. Okay. Which is very much like my brother-in-law. But the wake, he was rather particular about. And he said he wants a big old party. Just a big old party. So we're going in the vein of an upbeat Irish wake. But there were a couple of beliefs that my brother-in-law held, well, not really held, but adhered to, that involves some Eastern influence as well. He did a lot of Zen and Taoist and Buddhist, followed a lot of those teachings, or I should say studied a lot of those teachings, and they really struck a chord with him. So we're also involving some of those with the wake, and that is currently bringing a lot of joy to my brother, which that's honestly the thing that's making me the most happy right now, is that if it's making my brother happy and there's an actual upbeat nature to his voice and everything, then that's good. So there's some joy in planning this large party. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is checking out with one of the venues, because trying to get all of this together in 2 weeks, when I know this is also prime autumn wedding season, is not the easiest. So we're hoping luck is with us on this, and that we can get this all together and organized the way we want to. So for part of the wake, I actually have been requested to do one performance to a song that was picked out, and I'll be doing an improv piece to that, which honestly I actually feel really good about, because dance is familiar. Dance, yeah, sure, you want me to do a dance or a performance, I can do that. I am fine with that. That is my comfort zone. So having something that involves a part of my life that I am very familiar with in this entire process, that is actually very grounding for me. And speaking of performance, as much as I hate to do it, I have had to bow out of a rather unique performance for this Saturday that was essentially a giant ritual. And I feel bad. I hate doing it, but I need to be available and close enough to my family to make sure that one, everyone's okay. Two, that we can get all this stuff organized the way we need to and whatnot. And yeah, I think it's the first performance I've ever bowed out of, but it's also one where I needed to. So I feel bad for that, but I also know I have other pressing family matters that I need to attend to instead. So I'm very thankful that the organizer is extremely understanding. I've spoken with her before, I've met with her before. She's very familiar with the dance community and everything, and productions for events and everything else. So I am very grateful to her for that, for understanding this rather horrific situation. I do promise there will be some fun things in this Vlogtober. I do promise you that. It's just right now, this week is currently just a bunch of planning stuff. I will say that I don't believe there's going to be any more hunt videos, because at this point I need to get to decorating, and I also need to do one crafting video and a couple other things. So that's what my Halloween themed videos are going to be after, like, for the rest of the month of October, besides Vlogtober. And I'm honestly already pushing it as is for my schedule, but it's what needs to happen. So luck be with me that I get everything done in time and whatnot. All right, crack me like a glow stick. Here we go. Okay, it is Wednesday, October 4th. I didn't pick up my camera at all yesterday because nothing really happened yesterday. Just was trying to do work, and that's about it. Not much more than that. So, and I know I keep just doing nothing but talking to you folks, but there's going to be visuals pretty soon. Don't worry, there's going to be nice things to see very soon. I promise you that. My brother and I are headed to a location where we think we can hold a wake. Don't know if I already discussed this or not, but we are doing a visitation and then a memorial service. But what my brother-in-law really wanted was a big old party. And so that's what we're looking at for spots right now, and trying to see if we can get that done and everything set up in less than 2 weeks. So we're going to a vineyard today to see if it will work. I did go to the vineyard yesterday to get a preliminary look to see if it could work. I did not bring my camera with, since I was talking to the manager, as well as was on the phone with my brother, so I was a bit preoccupied. But you're gonna see it today. It's really, really pretty. My brother-in-law really liked wine, so it would be perfect. And it has both indoor and outdoor space, which would also be very beautiful. It's outside of town, so you have plenty of wilderness, but it's still cozy on the inside as well. So honestly, I think it would work. I think it's peaceful, but I want my brother to have final say, and we need to ask a couple of questions and get some things figured out, call it good. So we're doing due diligence today. It is now Saturday, October 7th. I didn't talk the last few days, but I at least recorded some. Really wasn't much to say, in all honesty. Come on. Perfect. Some of you may have already seen my post on YouTube kind of explaining things of what's been going on outside of this video. So for everyone who has sent their condolences, I appreciate it. I appreciate the understanding. I didn't make that post out of fear of losing viewers due to my lack of videos. I mostly did it to kind of explain where I've been and the fact that I do see all of the comments. I do see all of that. It's just obviously everything going on right now to those around me and involved in my spheres. Currently, oh, let's put it bluntly, everything's going to hell. Today's actually been the first day since all of this happened on September 28th that I've actually woke up feeling normal, good. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that it is in the 50s outside and it's a crisp autumn day, and that feels normal for what we should be having in October. Not this 80-degree sweat storm and everything. This right now feels normal, and I am beyond thankful for it. I actually, I wish I had woken up earlier to take advantage of being outside today, but as my husband has been reminding me, we both needed the rest because neither one of us has been getting good sleep. So if you didn't read the post that I made, yes, my brother-in-law's death has thrown our world into a loop. But besides that, at the end of August, my husband's company that he had been with for 16 years unexpectedly folded. There was no warning. Nobody, I think, except for the CEO knew. And the CEO was beholden to someone who was higher than him, in all honesty, in this whole hierarchy. It's really complicated, and I also don't want to explain too much because I know my husband values his privacy on stuff like this, especially like where he used to work and what he does for work. But yeah, we had it. It really hit hard, obviously. So my husband was in a week of mourning that and being thrown into the job hunting process when he hadn't had to do that for 16 years. So that's been rough, trying to figure out financially everything. We are fine for right now, by the way, in case anyone's curious, we are fine. But there was that. And then I got food poisoning after that. And then I got the message about my brother-in-law at the end of September. And then this week on Thursday, we got another cluster issue related to the my husband's company closing that threw both of us into a frantic loop. And so at this point, honestly, by Thursday night, I was contacting every single spiritual leader that I know, pretty much at the point of, I don't go this route without due reason. And I would love some advice at this point in time, because I don't know what's going on. Because it appears that everybody close to me for the past few months has had something catastrophic happen. And I'm just like, what is going on? And I know I could be reading into it, I know, but look, it just feels like so much is happening at once. And I fully acknowledge that horrible things can happen to good people. And sometimes that's just the way the world is. And I also understand that. But if there's some way that I can have even some semblance of control, I'll take it. So waking up this morning and actually feeling somewhat normal, and that bite in the air was very rejuvenating for me. That, and I had been doing some personal study recently, and some things I got from that have been very helpful. Also helped that woke up, I slept until noon, actually 12:30. I had not slept that much in a long time, but both my husband and I slept in, we needed it. And the doorbell rang, and so my husband got up and he went to see what was at the door. He came back and he gently touched my arm. He's like, honey, someone got you creepy flowers. I beg your pardon? My coworkers at the university, my coworkers within the college I work at in the university, got me a rather appropriate themed for me bouquet of flowers, sending their condolences. So yeah, I'll show that to you in a little bit, but I was touched. And it is very much a creepy bouquet of flowers, black flowers, white flowers, flowers that look dried. It's little like spindly things all around. I'm like, if there was ever a bouquet of flowers that said me, that wasn't my bouquet that I carried in my wedding. This bouquet that they sent me is it. So I owe them a big thank you during our Monday meeting in 2 days. On Thursday, Thursday afternoon, I went to my therapist's office. You folks saw that actually, me walking up and being inside and getting coffee. I actually contacted her immediately after I got the phone call last week. But I went to her office and I explained everything. And that spent 30 minutes just explaining the last 5 weeks. And bless my therapist. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact it would break the therapist-patient relationship clause thing, she and I both acknowledge we would be good friends. I love that woman. So she's like, wow, you've been through it. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you and a lot of people close to you have been through it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So that was very helpful in just trying to understand things and whatnot. You know, if I was smart, I probably would have put all this in a microwave so I could get the skin off of this sooner. And not sooner, but easier. If anyone's curious as to what I'm doing right now, it was suggested to me by a friend of mine that I do things that are comforting and do comfort foods this week. And this has been sitting on the ingredients, I should say, have been sitting on my counter for a while now. Well, not a while, a couple days maybe? I don't know. At this point, I have lost track of time as to what the heck is going on in my life. But this is a recipe for creamy pumpkin soup. It's from this book, Soups for Syria. The proceeds from that book, when it was first published, were going to war victims, I believe, in Syria. Actually, I borrowed that from my brother, and I have never given it back. Honestly, I should. So I can actually buy my own. But if there's one soup that I fell in love with when I got that, or borrowed that book. It was this one. So it is a creamy pumpkin soup. What makes this one very difficult though is that you have to use pie pumpkins. So there is a very small time of year that you can actually use, cook this soup as it is directed. But I suppose you probably could use canned pumpkin since you're just trying to soften up the pie pumpkin itself to the point where you can blend everything. But it's not the same in my personal opinion, so I try to stick as closely as possible to what is as to what the recipe calls for. But this is my favorite soup for autumn. To me, this is my autumn soup, and I'm like, then by gods, this is what I'm going to cook. So I'm doing that right now. I am actually meeting up with my former work wife later tonight to go to a haunted house. You know, actual normal October autumn things for me. Because right now I just want a sense of normalcy. And I haven't seen her in weeks. Actually, I haven't seen her since August. So, yeah. I have a lot of catching up to do with her, and I've actually already warned her of the things I need to catch up with her on. So I'm not gonna dump this on out of the blue on her. And I appreciate everybody who commented on my post. I know I keep going back and forth, but honestly, that's my brain right now. It is what it is. But in any case, I appreciate everyone who commented on my post saying that I can take the time that I need and whatnot. And I did that wrong. And I do appreciate that. I do understand that. But if there's one thing I realized, being creative is my therapy. At least it's part of my therapy. It brings me so much joy to do things that I know I made or that I had a hand in doing, and it's why I like cooking so much. It's why I'm essentially a kitchen witch and whatnot. It's why I enjoy decorating. It's why I enjoy doing YouTube videos when I sit back and realize that I'm just doing this for being creative instead of anything else, because sometimes I get too into it and wonder, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? And it's just like, woman, you're doing this for you. And you also help other people by doing some of these videos. Because believe me, every single one of you who sends me a private message saying what my videos mean to you, believe me, I read those and I keep those, and they are in a special folder. And I share them with my husband. And y'all seem to have a really, really interesting ability to know when I need to hear that. Because I will be at like my lowest moments, and then all of a sudden I have a message from one of you in my inbox. I don't know how you do it, but I thank you for that. So y'all have some unique ability, and I don't know how you guys do that, but I appreciate it. But I do know what those videos do mean to you folks, and I also enjoy making them. So it's strange. This is the first day in a long while, and like not even talking about, yes, in the past, and like this is the first day in a while, and I mean, even before everything with my brother-in-law happened, that I woke up and I felt, you know, I'm ready for autumn. It feels like autumn. Let's do this. So I don't know what that means for recording videos. I have no idea. I mean, obviously I'm doing Vlogtober right now, but I mean, I actually look over at my dining table and it's barren tabletop, save for the bouquet of flowers that I received and 2 things I needed to do for other videos that I'm kind of contractually obligated to do. But I look at that and it's the first time I've been able to see what I want it to look like. So I had planned on doing a video announcing what my Halloween decor was going to be this year, but that obviously didn't work out given circumstances. So I'm going to announce it here. I want to turn this house into a resemblance of Nevermore Academy, or at least themed after Nevermore Academy from the Netflix show Wednesday. Heaven knows I have all of the Raven and Crow items to make it happen. So I don't know if I got everything I wanted to for it this year, but at this point I realized there are more important things. So I'm gonna start decorating because that does bring me joy. It really does. So that's what I'm gonna do. So there will be some video out at some point involving that. I don't know how I'm going to film it. I don't know if I'm going to film it as a true decorate with me, as in I am explaining it as I go through the process, or if I'm just going to show the aftermath. I don't know. It'll be whatever I'm feeling like at that time and how much energy I have towards editing, but we shall see. So expect that at some point. I'm gonna have to open up the kitchen window because me wearing a sweater, while it's perfect for later, I am burning up while trying to peel this pumpkin. So, also, if you folks would like me to do a video on this recipe, I can. This will not be the only time this season I do it. At least I hope not. I know that the weather this year has royally messed up pumpkin crops all over. Illinois is the leading state for pumpkins and growing pumpkins, and our crops were pretty much decimated this year by the heat. I was growing pumpkins for the first time this year, and nope, heat pretty much made them, the heat pretty much kept them small and they ripened way too fast. So I have a pumpkin right now on the vine that's about the size of this onion, when it's supposed to be a 12-pound pumpkin. It's been a lovely season for that. So, I'm gonna finish chopping this up and all these ingredients. I'm gonna make pumpkin soup, and while this is on the stovetop, bubbling away, I'm gonna put some makeup on because that also makes me feel normal, and I have not done that in a while. So I'm gonna get to that, give my hand a bit of a break because this really hurts, and I'll check in with you folks in a bit. Awesome. Wow, you almost blend into the background. Oh, there's your eyes. Hi.
Sassy, that's why I love you.
Hey everyone, it is actually Sunday, October 8th. I'm only just filming this part right here to kind of finish out this part of Vlogtober. So you will actually see another Sunday, October 8th video part during my next video. But yeah, last night was very much needed. I really needed that. Sense of normalcy. Doing more October fun Halloween autumn things. So I am forever grateful to Kelly and Sue for helping make that happen. But right now, I am getting ready to go to Allerton Park with them. My mom's suggestion was very true. Going out to Allerton Park will be very nice. Being in nature and everything, and it is a lovely, sunny, chilly autumn day. So that's going to be good for my spirit, because tonight I'm going to get back onto the grind of trying to find vendors for this coming Friday. So I know that this has been an emotional wild ride of a video. I'm sorry if it gives you whiplash. I really am. But yeah, I just want to thank all of you if you made it this far. I know I say I sincerely appreciate every single one of you in all of my videos, but I desperately do. Like, that's not even a lie. That's not me exaggerating. It's the truth. I do appreciate every single one of you. I know that each of you out there is a soul that some of you are looking for entertainment. Some of you are just browsing YouTube or anything else like that. But if you watched all of this, then I know you dedicated the time to it. So thank you. Seriously, thank you. So with that, I'll see you in the next one. And remember to go after whatever your dark heart desires. And hold your loved ones close, folks. Tell them I love you every single day.